Good evening. My name is Sanshin Oberholtzer. I'm the resident priest and guiding teacher of the Joseph Priestley Zen Sangha here in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and a member of the teaching circle at Empty Moon Zen. Could there be a more precarious position on God's green earth than to be perched atop a 100-foot pole, swaying in the wind, trying not to look down, overwhelmed by vertigo? Enlightened or not, it could be a fearful place to find yourself. And having struggled to get up there, what to do then? I've seen cats clamber up a tree after one of those ghosts only cats seem to see, and clinging to a branch at the very top, realize that they had not made allowances for safe descent. But just as some have observed that you never see a cat skeleton in a treetop, neither do you ever see the remains of a truly enlightened person atop the 100-foot pole. Perhaps they slide back down, or perhaps they follow the advice of Chang Sha, an eminent master of 9th century China, who told that enlightened person this: "The enlightened person sits on the top of a 100-foot pole. She has entered the way but is not yet genuine. She must take a step from the top of the pole, and the worlds in the 10 directions will be her complete body." Those worlds in the 10 directions, swirling about that enlightened person, swaying atop the 100-foot pole, eyes tight shut, sweat beading on her forehead. No fireman will come to her rescue, offering cat treats to lure her into that pneumatic bucket attached to a fire truck. So just how does she take that step? Well, there aren't any sidewalks where I live. So the other day when I set out on a walk, something I've done hundreds of times in the past, I almost immediately stumbled over an unseen hole in the side of the road and found myself launched into space. A stumble calls for a graceful recovery, and for a split second I thought, oh, I'll catch this. And then my legs went out from under me, I pitched forwards and landed on the gravel-strewn roadway like the proverbial sack of potatoes. Walking is often described as a kind of controlled falling, the feet moving forward, planting and stopping the fall, thwarting the force of gravity just in the nick of time. If this were so, then was I simply walking as I fell on my face? The bruises say otherwise. A week of healing has led to an elbow full of scabs, and a question of just how you take a step from, if not a 100-foot pole, then at least the roadside in rural Pennsylvania. There is a falling forwards, a loss of your footing. There's a scrambling to gain a sense of groundedness. We all know this. We all struggle with this. What if we just let go? Ebenezer Scrooge, standing at an open window, turned to the spirit of Christmas past and said, "I am a mortal and liable to fall." So are we all mortals, and like Scrooge, and like all mortals, that spirit offers us this reassurance: "Bear but a touch of my hand here," said the spirit, laying it upon his heart, "and you shall be upheld in more than this." It's that first step out over the seeming abyss that's both hard and easy to contemplate. I know that this might be sacrilege, but I'm convinced that Zen is the easy way out. We go through life with clenched fists, and it takes a lot of energy to clench a fist. All we need to do is unclench that fist, open that hand, and just reach out. And like the spirit of Christmas past, lay that open hand on a heart. Mine, yours, that person down the street. Instead of swaying at the top of that 100-foot pole, take the tiniest of steps forward, and you'll find yourself upheld in more than this. Taking that step is as simple as saying hello to a passing stranger on the sidewalk, a sidewalk that doesn't exist on the road in front of my house. It's as simple as stumbling forwards and landing on your or my face. It's as simple as that cat up a tree meowing loudly as the fireman reaches out from his bucket. So, just how do we reach out past enlightenment? How do we hold that precious jewel of nothingness in our hand and live in this bustling, booming world? I had a fencing coach tell me, or rather my teammates who had a good deal more potential than I had at the time, that you hold a fencing saber as if it were a small bird. Too tightly and you smother it. Too loosely and it flies away. And yet, with faith, with just a bit of faith, you open your hand, that hand that touches your heart ever so lightly, with the faith that the bird will not fly off. It's a delicate dance. When the monk asked Changsha how you step from the 100-foot pole, Changsha answered, "Mountains of Lang, waters of Li." The monk said, "I don't understand." Changsha said, 4 seas and 5 lakes are all under the reign of the monarch. Just this, just this. The 10 ox herding pictures, that graphic novel, The Path of the Enlightened Person, does not end with the seeker riding the ox of enlightenment triumphantly. It doesn't end with the enso, that circle that symbolizes the boundless. It doesn't end with that 9th page, that 9th blank page. No, the 10 ox herding pictures end with Hotai, that chubby, laughing monk, striding, or should I say, dancing, into the marketplace with bliss-bestowing hands. I've been thinking lately of gravity and the season. I used to take my kids, now long since adults, to the Christmas revels up in Cambridge, where we would hear John Langstaff, the late lamented John Langstaff, bring down the house with his rendition of that old Shaker tune, The Lord of the Dance. They cut me down and I leapt up high. I am the life that will never, never die. I'll live in you if you live in me. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Dance, then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. And I'll lead you all wherever you may be. And I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Ah, Hotai, that present incarnation of the future Buddha, that Lord of the dance, dancing through the worlds in the 10 directions, dancing into the marketplace, dancing off the top of the 100-foot pole. Thank you.